I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm getting my notes on.
What are we waiting for? Do we have somebody else coming?
No. We are
Okay.
live on Rockin with Rahul and the Three Amigos. We got two special guests. Uh, one guest is uh, Mr. Burton Hynes. Uh, he he was selected in the Knights of Honors class for North Penn High School of class of 2026. This year's nominee included alumni, community members, and former staff. And there was a ceremony that was held on March 12th. And this year it was Mr. Burton Hynes. And so, Mr. Hynes, can you introduce yourself to the listeners and what you do?
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm Bert Hynes, and I was the principal of North Penn High School from 2003 until 2015, and then I retired. So I've been retired now for a little over 10 years. But I had a great career at North Penn High School. I was also the principal of Penndale Middle School for 5 years between 98 and 2003, and I had a great experience there. Penndale is another great school in the North Penn School District, and it was my pleasure to work there for 5. And I had time at North Penn as a teacher, as an assistant principal, before I became principal at Penndale. So a long career in the North Penn School District, all good years for me. And it was very gratifying to watch the district grow, watch the students grow, and see how we were able to improve academic achievement over all of those years.
Excellent. 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 Was there anything in your career that you didn't get a chance to do that you would like to have been able to do? Be able to have been done something,
I can't think of anything that I would have done. I mean, we had a lot of initiatives, and there were a lot of
Mhm.
things that we were able to do. Uh, and I was proud of the things that we did. And I mentioned earlier the idea of improving student achievement. I was principal at a time when the focus across the country was on No Child Left Behind, the George W. Bush program.
Right.
And they meant No Child Left Behind. And it was my job to make sure that all of the students, whether they were in special education or they were in the advanced placement program, were getting the best possible education that was available
Mm.
to them. And that
That's good.
there were there were standards that the government put out that all schools had to meet, and sometimes it was challenging because every student had to test at a certain level in math. Every student had to test at a special level in the English skills of reading and writing. And then eventually they introduced science in there as a measuring stick as well. And I was very pleased with the North Penn kids all came up to, and that's between the students working hard and the teachers working hard.
Hmm.
We achieved some great results. The other thing that we worked on over the years was increasing the number of AP courses
Hmm.
and the numbers of students who were not only taking them, but who were achieving well in those courses because it gave them college credit. So
Right.
we had a
Yeah.
lot of good things that we put into play. One of the things that I was proud of too, and it wasn't a big academic achievement, but was improving graduation. Uh, Kids never used to take graduation seriously because North Penn used to go out and have a graduation ceremony on the field, and then they would give the diplomas to the students back in their classrooms after the graduation ceremony. And I said, you know what? We're big. We're North Penn. We can do this. we're going to give kids the diplomas right on the field so that they feel like they're graduating. And it just changed the whole tone of graduation. And it was very, very well accepted. I had a lot of naysayers initially who said, what are you going to do? You're graduating over 1,000 students a year and you're going to get diplomas mixed up. I said, nope, we can do this. There are ways of doing it, and it will be done. It will be done orderly, and there will not be mistakes. And everyone rose to the occasion. The students who were graduating did what they were supposed to. They played their part, and the teachers worked with me. It was a great event, and we made graduation something that the whole community looked forward to each year.
Mm-hmm. That's
And that
good.
was just a little thing. I mean, the big thing when you're the principal of the school is you need to work on your statistics and getting the student achievement up. The other parts that I was very proud of, I had a very capable athletic director, Doc Ryan, who had been there for many, many years. And Doc had the phys ed program, not so much the phys ed program as the athletic program, is what I meant to say. He had that really humming along. So we were winning state championships. And people looked at North Penn as a school that was winning academically, but they were also winning on the athletic fields and the swimming pool, whatever the sport was. We had state championship levels teams. So just something to be proud of. We had an incredible theater program under first Cindy Loudon and then Andrea Roney. We had an
Yeah,
incredible
I
arts
saw
program.
I saw Mrs. Roney in PennDOT.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mrs.
Wow.
Roney was there. Yes,
yeah,
and Mrs. Roney was just, while Cindy Loudon was great, Mrs. Roney just took things to the next level of perfection because she understood that was the expectation at North Penn. If you're good, then you can get better. And she believed in that. And the same was true for our art department and all of the art programs that we had and the music programs. I mean, North Penn was known. If you look at the band took great pride in being a championship level band. The art program, every spring in that art show, the amount of talent that we saw exhibited from K through 12 at North Penn was just phenomenal. The talent that our teachers were able to draw out of our students was just absolutely incredible to me, and I was awestruck every year at that art show. So, I mean, no matter where you looked, if it was a world language program and we had an exchange program with sister schools in Germany and France, we had students excelling in those areas. If it was the business department and they had programs that were in competition with other schools, North Penn was coming out and winning awards and winning ribbons and just showcasing the best of our students. So, I mean, I had an incredible run at North Penn, but I had an incredible run because I was surrounded by great people, great
Mhm.
teachers who believed in the school, who believed in the program, and who believed in the ability of our students.
Very good. Very good. Yes, it's incredible what the young people can do. I mean, even art wise. I mean, I've seen some of the most beautiful sketches and paintings from people that were in high school. They were young people. It's incredible what they can do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You look at it and you say, wow, where did they get all that talent at such a
Right.
young age?
Right.
It's just incredible what some of them can do. And I'm one of those folks who can barely draw stick figures, but
Right.
I can recognize the talent that other people have. I have to tell
Yeah.
you one other program that I was really proud of, and that was our JROTC program. We introduced that back in around 2004. And there were some skeptics. People said, why are we doing that? But you know what? There were students at North Penn who maybe didn't belong to the band and didn't belong to the sports teams. And they were looking for a place and for something to belong at school. And the
Hmm.
JROTC program gave them an opportunity for a career beyond high school. that didn't deal with the tech school and it didn't deal with necessarily with college, but it gave them an opportunity and it gave them a self-discipline. And here's why I was so proud of it. I'll never forget. There was a snow day. It was a There was a snow day back in I think it was 2013 or 2014. And I always went into school on the snow days, maybe a little bit late till I got my driveway shoveled out. But I got to school and the JROTC students were there practicing in the gym. The rest of the building was
What was
closed
that?
down. The guys were snow plowing, but the JROTC group had a competition in Pittsburgh that day, and they were bound and determined to go. The major and the chief from the JROTC, those folks weren't even there yet. The student leaders in the JROTC came in and were practicing their competition drills in the gymnasium. I said, wow, here's a program that kids come to school when there's snow on the ground and they can rightfully stay home, and yet they were there. It meant that much to them, and they were that committed to it. So
Yeah.
that's a great program. And when I went back to the Knights of Honor program just 2 weeks ago, there was the JROTC students there, standing there, guiding people when they came into the building, acting as ushers. And they did the same thing on back to school nights. They helped parents find their way around the building, dressed in their uniforms, very respectful. I mean, it's just a great sight to behold. And I was really pleased that we were able to bring that program to North Penn. It's not for everyone, but for kids who are looking for that life, it's there. And it's just another one of the many opportunities that North Penn offers, and another
Yeah.
reason North Penn excels.
Yes. Well, when people are uh, that committed to their school and committed to the various clubs like the junior ROTC or all of them across the board. When you have people that are committed to doing the very best that they possibly can, that throws a whole new attitude of the students that they enjoy going to school there and they want to do best for their school. I'll tell you what, everybody that I've met through this show that have gone to North Penn were all I found them all to be incredible interviews and incredible um, just the things that that the students have done and the people that involved with North Penn have accomplished. It's an incredible feat, that you have
I
a school
agree with you.
that is that big to do that. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No. Well, just as another example, I'm glad you brought that up, because as another example, uh, Rahul mentioned that I was inducted into the Knights of Honor up there. And there were three other individuals as well who were all former students. And I want to really point out all three of them were great people. But one of them is Dr. Mayank Amin, who is the skip-back pharmacist and who has done incredible things for this community and its entire community, not just the North Penn community, in ensuring that vaccinations were available to people when they needed it. When COVID vaccines were scarce, Dr. Amin, Dr. Mack, they call him now, he made sure that people could come and they had a place to get vaccinated. And he had great big programs up at North Penn High School. And Mayank was a graduate of North Penn back in 2003. When I was at Penndale, he was one of my students at Penndale. So it's really gratifying to see the achievement after students are through high school and college, what they can accomplish within the community and for the folks who choose to stay around here. One of the other persons is a musician who works out of New York City and very well renowned, Grammy nominated. I mean, that's the type of talent that we see at North Penn. Here on this show tonight, you have Ben Hartranft. Ben, when Ben was a student at North Penn, I used to refer to Ben as the mayor of North Penn because I think he knew everyone's name. but he was Mr. Personality, and he still is. You'll see that
Yeah.
when Ben talks tonight. He's outgoing. He's just a great representative of North Penn High School and the type of person who can go out and take his education and do something very useful with it.
Mr. Hayes, sorry to interrupt. I'm pretty outgoing too, just like Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, some people enjoy it, some people get tired of it.
You know what? With Ben, nobody ever got tired of it. You're
Yeah.
right. Some people can get tired of it, but Ben, and that's why I called him the mayor. He knew exactly how far to push it. He just knew to be friendly, and it was like a second nature to him. And he willingly spoke to everyone. And just think about it. Think about it when you walk into Walmart and someone says, "Welcome to Walmart." It, it uplifts you. If
Yes.
people are friendly and outgoing, you feel better there. And
Right.
that's what Ben used to do at North Penn. People would
Mm-hmm.
walk in and he would greet them, and it was always a friendly, outgoing, welcoming gesture. And, people appreciate that.
Yeah, Ben
Absolutely.
inspires me.
I was gonna say we don't want to forget Noah either. Noah Ziegler. Do you remember Noah Ziegler, Mr. Hynes?
You know what? Off the top of my head, I'd have to see a face to remember.
Yeah,
I
he was my best friend, and we went to Easter Seals together and
okay.
elementary school. But we went to North Penn together, and he was like the mayor too. He knew everybody's name. He was a great kid. He was greeting people in the hallways in the morning.
Okay.
Even when I was in North Penn, I would greet everyone also, and I would have a smile. on
Yeah,
my face.
that's what I did when I went to
Rahul,
PV too. I
help
would greet
me
everyone
out,
in the
Rahul.
hallways back in the day.
Yeah,
Rahul, what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2010.
In 27.
2010, he said.
2010.
2010. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Yes. Okay. Because I look at you and I remember your face in the halls, but I lose some of the years get muddied in my
Oh,
memory.
yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
graduated in 2010, and then stayed I stayed one more year in the post 12 thing,
Okay.
and did work study and lunch and all, like
Okay.
basic. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
after I left North Penn, I went to Montgomery Community College. I graduated in Montgomery Community College, and now I work for PennDOT, and I do real IDs, licenses, and all. And I'm married, and I have a 2-year-old daughter.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
And
Excellent.
so
Excellent.
North Penn helped me throughout my years.
Mm.
I'm grateful for you and all the teachers that helped me in North Penn.
Now, see, there's another success story right
Mhm.
there, Rahul. You went to North Penn, you went out. Here you are working with real IDs at PennDOT. I consider that a huge success story. And
Absolutely.
you should be incredibly proud of that.
Yes. I mean,
Plus, we also have another uh, famous person that went to North Penn.
I
She's
did.
doing she's making a big name in the NFL, and that is Brandon McManus
Brandon McManus.
Yes, the football
and Matt
player.
yeah, the
and
kicker.
Matt Amendola.
Yeah. Yep. And I remember watching them play. I remember on the football games at Friday night when Brandon McManus was there, he was constantly practicing kicking on the sidelines. And then they'd pull him into the game to kick. And it just sailed right on there through the goalpost. So,
Yeah.
no, Brandon, it, very well known. I mean, it's always great when you see one of your students. Everybody aspires to play in a major league game, and he made it happen. He made it happen.
Yeah.
That's one of
That's
the things that's very, very gratifying.
yeah, it's desire
Yeah,
and
and hard work.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Nothing can happen
I
without
have
the
one
hard work.
question for you, Mr. Hynes.
Go ahead, Rahul.
When did you decided that that teaching would be your thing? Like, When did you know that you wanted to go into teaching and all?
I think when I was in college and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
So I got a degree that enabled me to do basically, I got a degree in mathematics, and that gave me the opportunity to either go into the corporate world or
Wow.
go into education.
Mm.
And as I was graduating, I'm like, "Ah, I think I want to teach." So that's what I did. I got into teaching, and when I was young, one of my teachers had said to me, "You need to find something to do in life that doesn't seem like work. You
Mm.
need to enjoy what you're doing because when you get out of school, you're going to be maybe 21 and you're going to have to work till you're 65. And when you're 17 or 16 or whatever I was, hearing that gap between 21 and
Mhm.
65 is a lot of years."
You think it's never going to get there, and then when it gets there, it's like, you know what? I wish I was young again.
Exactly. Exactly. But
Yeah.
but I found I was one of those lucky enough to find something that I liked. I never went to work in all those years. I went to school, but I never went to work. I just never felt like I had friends who went to work every day and they would grumble, oh, I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. I never felt that way.
Mm.
I got up and I went to school and I was going to meet people. I was going to meet the staff. I was going to meet the students. And the fact is, the young people, the students, kept me with a youthful outlook on a lot of things. And I found them fascinating and interesting. And so I enjoyed what I was doing. And I was one of those who was very fortunate to find something that they really liked doing.
Yeah. If you like what you're doing, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly. Exactly. No matter how
Yeah.
many hours you put in, it's not work. It's not really work. It's working with people and
Mhm.
bringing out the best in them and enabling them. And when you can see that what you're doing is giving young people an opportunity to excel in life in what their dreams are, that's just incredibly gratifying.
I'm sure. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. How about can we get Mr. Hartranft on here and to introduce himself and let us know what's going on?
Yeah, I can stay on here for a while. I don't want to take up your time, but I love hearing Mr. Hynes' stories. I think that's incredible. But let me just get into my story real quick. I'm Ben Hartranft. I'm a graduate of North Penn High School, 2017. Stayed for the post 12 program. I work for Benergy. I started my own business called Benergy One Foundation. I mean Benergy One Presentations, and
Excuse
I do
me,
public
Brent, Ben.
speaking.
Ben, could you
What?
say that, where you're working at, what you just said, but say it slower?
Okay, sorry, I'm talking too fast.
That's
I do
okay.
I do public speaking for Benergy One Presentations. I've done over 600 locations across Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York about autism awareness, inclusion, and kindness from schools, companies, and businesses. I've been on the Ellen Show. I've been on The Price is Right, and I have we have so many stories from schools that people tell us how amazing the presentation was, and I just love the impact of like what you said, Mr. Hynes. It's like how the impact of treating people and being kind to people, and we need that in the world. The reason I'm
Absolutely.
on here tonight is we're having a fundraiser tomorrow for the Eagles Autism Foundation, and it's at the Eagle Diner on Street Road, Warminster. Um, tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And Bob Kelly's going to be there from Fox 29, and I'm going to be there and then Swoop is going to be there from 5 to 6 p.m. And the money that's raised for the Eagles Autism Challenge goes back to helping research, which is pretty incredible.
Yes. Well, that's what you need. That's what we need. We need research uh, with autism and to find out, what can be done to assist a person that is born with that. Isn't that what they're doing, Ben? Isn't that what their intention is?
Yeah, yeah. No, they're an incredible organization. They do a lot of great work, and we're just really excited to do this fundraiser tomorrow. We're actually giving away a Cooper DeJean signed jersey.
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
incredible. We're giving away some gift cards, a lot of different stuff we're giving away tomorrow for raffles. So if you're out there tomorrow, if you're in Warminster or if you're in the area, come on by the Eagle Diner. And then I'm going to try and get on 94 WIP tomorrow morning to talk about the fundraiser as well, too. So, yeah.
Are
Very
there any
good.
former Eagles players that'll be there, Ben?
No, but Swoop and the cheerleaders will be there.
All right.
Well, that's all that matters. The
That is all that matters.
cheerleaders, you know.
Man, I wish I can come tomorrow.
I wish you could come too, Will.
Yeah. There's something going on tomorrow after work. I have something going on tomorrow after work. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Go ahead,
Ben,
Rahul.
I remember, I think a couple of years ago, you had a Eagle player that came to your fundraiser.
It was Zach McPherson.
God, you've got a good memory there.
Ben, what year was that? That's actually
That was 23, and then he got traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah.
Ben, we need to do a show one night with you, just you, right?
We haven't done one yet. We got to work on that. But I just wanted to come on and just talk about the event we're doing tomorrow. I didn't mean to steal your thunder, Mr. Hynes, but I just want to make sure everybody knows that we're doing this event tomorrow. And you're welcome to come, Mr. Hynes, to the fundraiser.
I know. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it, Ben, but you're not stealing any of my thunder. I'm so happy to be on here with you tonight. Just great to see you again because it's been a while. And I love your enthusiasm for everything, but especially for this program tomorrow. That's a long day tomorrow from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time you'll be there, but
I'll be there all day.
Kudos to you for everything
Ben,
you're doing.
Ben, what are you gonna have for lunch there tomorrow?
I'm going to have the salad bar, and then they have good breakfast. I have a quick funny stories about Mr. Hynes. The first time I met him, I'd say, could we do a pretzel sale? And he goes, oh, you need to talk to Mrs. Westerlin. Remember that?
Yep.
So I went and I interrupted her during lunch, and she goes, can I help you? I said, we want to do a pretzel sale for autism. And that's how it all started, just doing the pretzel sales at North Penn. Like, I started it in 2014. I don't know if I told you this, but I'm friends with the CEO of Philly Pretzel Factory. And still am.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Dan Dizier is a great guy. He is incredible. Incredible person. Because I remember Dr. Dietrich came that day too. He came just to buy a pretzel.
Well, and you had to see Mrs. Westerlin because she had the FBLA, and they were responsible for all the after-school snacks and things.
Charge of the FBLA. Oh my gosh! You know, I talked at an FBLA conference in Kalahari.
Did you?
Yes. I talked at a school in Pittsburgh, Kiski, and they loved it. And someone heard about it, and they brought me and talked to all their advisors. So I saw Ed Bovell.
Okay. Yes, because Mrs. Westerlin has retired, so I guess Ed Bovell must be in charge of it now.
Yeah. So it was very cool. They all loved it, and they were like, "This is amazing." So I don't know. Word of mouth has been. You haven't heard the presentation yet. You have to come one of these days.
One of these days, Ben, I'll have to.
Yeah, it's actually.
Mr. Hynes, what college and high school did you go to?
Yeah.
I
was just about to ask him the same question too, Rahul.
Well, I lived locally, but my parents sent me to a private high school out in Devon in I guess it's Chester County, Devon Prep. And then college, I went to St. Joe's in Philadelphia for my undergrad degree, and I went to Villanova for my master's. And I worked on a doctorate at Temple, but I never finished that. I didn't write the dissertation. So I was working my way around the Big Five in Philly.
Yeah.
Oh.
My dad went to Temple.
Did he?
He did. Yeah, he just retired from his work called SAP, but he worked as an accountant.
Okay.
Yeah,
My dad went to Temple too for pharmacy, Ben.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Did your father get a PhD? Will?
He got a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
My brother went to Temple.
A lot of people went to
And
Temple.
my daughter graduated from the Temple Tyler School of Art.
Art. Okay.
What year was that, Charlie?
Oh gosh. Wow. 20 years ago. It's what 2026, so it was like 2006.
When did your dad graduate from Temple? My dad graduated from Temple in 1994. My mom was pregnant with me. Ben?
Yeah.
What year did your dad graduate from Temple?
I think it was in the 80s. I have to ask him.
My dad graduated from there in 1994 when my mom was pregnant with me. Yeah.
Mr. Hynes, how many was there lots of people on March 12th when you and the other North Penn inductee got inducted?
Rahul, there was an impressive sized crowd there. I went not knowing how many people would show up, but there were a lot of former teachers who are now retired who had worked with me. There were a lot of community members. I think by pulling in not just someone who had worked in the schools and honoring them, but pulling in well-known graduates, it creates a large audience. I know there were a lot of people there for Dr. Mack, friends, relatives. I saw students who had graduated with him or shortly thereafter. So there was a very, very nice crowd there. And again, it was just a wonderful, wonderful evening. And it was great seeing people that I hadn't seen in a long time. And many of them came out because I was there, but also because of these other three students. The one girl had graduated in 1985. My Yank had graduated in 03. And the other girl had graduated in 1998, Missy Mazzulli. So a random cross section, someone from the 80s, somebody from the 90s, somebody from the aughts, and me. I mean, they had some really good balance to their selection. But when I think about the former students, all three of them had outstanding careers or are in the midst of outstanding careers. The one girl who graduated in 85 has just recently retired. But just perfect examples of graduates of North Penn who became very successful in whatever their chosen field was. And Missy Mazzulli was in the arts. My Yank was in medicine and pharmacy. And Missy Mazzulli, well, she was in art. The other girl was in human resources. The girl who had graduated in 85. So she had made a career with, trying to remember, I believe it was Comcast. She was retired. Yes. She was retiring from Comcast. And she was a vice president or head of human resources for Comcast. I mean, a very noteworthy position in the Comcast organization. And here's a North Penn graduate who just went to work and worked her way up until she got to way high up in the hierarchy there. A very admirable position.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, it's incredible the amount of positivity that has come from North Penn. I mean, I knew North Penn as a football power. And I didn't the gentleman who coached North Penn come from CB West?
He was Coach a graduate of CB West. Yes. And he's been the coach at North Penn since
1999.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
That's what year it was.
I would have gotten that wrong.
who was the coach at North Penn? 1999? Nine. Then who was the coach of North Penn High School since 1999?
Coach Beck.
Dick,
Coach
Dick
Beck.
Beck.
Okay.
Beck.
For what sport was it?
Football.
Oh, football. Okay.
And that's a long time to coach anything.
Right.
And football is even more challenging because if you don't have winning seasons, people get disillusioned. And then after a while, they want a new coach. So to be there from 1999 till 2025 already, that season, and still going forward, we're talking almost 30 years.
Yeah.
That's an impressive. And he has had state championships.
Right.
I'm forgetting the one. One was in 03. And I forget when the second one was now.
2011.
See, I knew I could count. Ben, this is perfect that we're on here together. I can count on your memory when mine fails.
Because I remember my brother went to the state championship at Hershey. It was Dan.
Yes.
And they lost
2011.
against Central Dolphin.
Ben, did you go with him or no?
No, I did not. I was in 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your big brother won. His team won the championship.
He didn't play football. He was a tree climber.
Oh.
That's
Tree
okay.
climber. Oh, is he
Mr.
involved
Hynes,
in?
ever ever since you retired, have you seen the new stadium at North Penn?
You know what? I hate to admit this, but I have not been back to. I drive by Town Pike and I can see it there, but I have not been back to the new stadium.
Mr. Hynes, what do you do now to keep yourself occupied?
That's a good question. I have a small farm, it's a few acres, and I have some sheep, and that they keep me busy, feeding them and cleaning up after them, and just making sure that I've got hay in the barn. And in the summertime, I'm moving in hay and stacking that. So they're my physical fitness program. They're a hobby, and it's just it's a nice life. And I have some church activities that I'm involved with. I'm also the president of a group in Worcester Township called the Friends of Worcester. And our goal is to try to keep the township as green as we can, as long as we can. The idea is that we are advocates for open space, and we want to keep as much of Worcester open as we possibly can, realizing that as the years go by, there will be some development. But if there is development, we want it to be thoughtful development. We don't just want things dropped in here and there and everywhere. We want people to think about what they're doing, and we want to try to maintain the rural character of Worcester Township. So I always admired their goal when I was working, but I never had time to actively be involved. But now I can attend township meetings, and I can be involved with the meetings with Friends of Worcester, and I can be an advocate for that as well. So it's a different challenge, but it's something that's very interesting, and it's something that has, just like education has long-reaching effects. I think this can have a long-reaching effect too.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
Can I say something?
Go right ahead.
Go ahead,
I was going
Ben.
to say, I forgot to mention, my mom actually wrote a book called Swinging from the Chandelier. I think you and Dr. Bauer are mentioned in the book.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, the first day of school, I don't know if I told you this story. It was my junior year of high school. I walked in and this guy had a walkie-talkie, and I said, "What do you?" And I said, "You." I said, "Hi," and I said, "Wait, do you work for transportation?" And George, I don't know if you know the security guard, George was laughing his head off, and it was the principal. And I met Dr. Bauer on the first day of school.
Wow. Well, I remember my last, and it was probably the same year even. But no, you were there before that.
I was there sophomore, and then I was a junior.
Yeah, because I remember my last day at North Penn. was September 3rd. It was the first day of school or second day of school, I think, for students. And you were there greeting me and, wishing me a happy retirement and just taking on that mayor role that I talked about earlier. And so it would have been natural that you would have met Dr. Bauer right about that same time because he was there. We had overlapping schedules that day.
Yeah, and I remember giving you the Boston cream donut from Yum Yum.
Yeah. Yes, I remember it.
Where
Very
is
nice gesture.
where is Yum Yum Donuts? They're out by
Hallmark.
North Penn, right?
Which
Yeah,
one?
Hallmark.
There's one in
Roy-
Quakertown too. Yum Yum Donuts.
All right, say that again.
Mr. Hynes, have you ever been to the one in Quakertown?
Yes, I have.
I've been there recently, a month a month ago.
Yeah.
It's been a little longer than that, but I have been there.
Ben, have you
Yeah.
been there?
Yeah, I've been up. I have a couple of friends that live in Quakertown. Dylan Johnson.
Yeah, our friend.
Yeah,
Dylan.
Dylan. Yeah, Dylan's a great guy.
Yeah.
He does art too. He's
Yeah.
a great.
And who else do you know that lives in Quakertown? Kayleen lives near there.
Yeah.
She lives in Kendricksville. Oh, Kayleen lives there and lives near there.
So-
Mr. Hynes,
Go
when
ahead,
you
Rahul.
were still a principal in high school, have you ever decided you wanted to be superintendent?
I was gonna ask the same thing, Rahul.
You know what, Rahul? When I went to Temple, in the program I was in, working on my doctorate, there was an opportunity to get a certificate so you could be superintendent. And I said, I don't want to do that. I don't ever want to be superintendent. What I do want to do, I want to become a good high school principal. And that was my goal, was to be a high school principal. And I did not want to leave the high school. I saw a lot of people who had worked in the high school and then they moved over and worked in district office. But when you were in district office, you lose the contact with the students and you lose the connection with young people and their enthusiasm and their interests. And it's easy to become a bureaucrat. And I didn't want to become a bureaucrat. So I never aspired to be the superintendent, but I really wanted to be the high school principal. And that's another dream that came true for me. I got to do that. And, when you get there and that's your dream and you feel the dream has been realized, but then you want to be the best person possible in that position. You want every student to succeed. You want your teachers to be totally on top of their game, and you want your coaches to be doing the best possible job they can. Because when everybody's pulling in one direction and things start happening and students start winning awards and teams start winning championships, everybody gets a great feeling about the organization and about belonging there. And success just breeds more success. And that's what I
true.
wanted.
Yes, that's very true. Success breeds success.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I was going to ask you a question.
Since baseball season is starting and tomorrow's the Phillies home opener, what do you think about the Phillies, Mr. Hynes?
Let's go Phillies! 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 Let's
That's
go
right.
Phillies! Let's
Rahul,
go
let me
Phillies!
tell you something.
Let's go Phillies!
People
Let's go
used
Phillies!
to, when I was principal, people used to accuse me of telling the football coach who to play. If they knew how little I knew about football, they would know I never could tell people, the coaches, what to do. And I did not have coaches that I would look over their shoulder and tell them, you should be doing this. I loved Kevin Monero as the baseball coach, but I could never begin to tell Kevin how to do his job. I wished him the best in terms of success. I was happy when he found the talent that he found and got the successes that he did. But my focus was on getting young people educated and having them be the best they can. But I had coaches to handle that. So in terms of the Phillies, I don't pay that much attention to the Phillies. I'm pro Phillies, But for me, baseball was always a very slow game. And I couldn't sit still long enough to pay attention to baseball.
Fair enough. I like how baseball's played outdoors, and tomorrow's gonna be a beautiful day.
Yes.
Baseball
And
always played outdoors, except for Miami
well,
and Arizona.
and and I admire the folks who can go and sit there for hours on end. And the thing with baseball, if the game goes beyond 9 innings, it could be 10 innings, it could be 12 innings, and then it really goes on long. So I just I don't
They
have the
changed the
patience.
rule. They made it so the runner starts at second base in extra innings now to eliminate that. People
Right.
were sick of that. So now they
Well,
put a ghost runner on second base to start the extra innings.
and that helps.
It does.
Okay.
They're doing things to speed the game up, actually. They put the pitch clock in. There's a million people out there that have the same exact thought as you. The game's too slow. They sped it up. Now nobody can complain about it.
Well,
Right.
I used to love going to the football games because they moved right along. Basketball games, loved going to them. Basketball, it was a nice evening in the wintertime and the game moved quickly. They were exciting. Baseball, just a lot of people loved it. I respected it, but I just didn't have the time to
Well,
wait.
how about this? Baseball's the one sport that doesn't have an intermission or a halftime.
Right.
So you could argue baseball is one of the most exciting sports to watch because there's never a break.
Yeah, I'm sure that can be argued. It's
Well,
just
there is in
not the way
between
I
innings,
found
but
it.
yeah.
I was gonna say I love Mr. Monero. Mr. Monero gave me the nickname Benergy. I don't know if you ever knew that.
I didn't know he had given you that nickname, but
He
you made
did.
that your company name.
Yes, he did. He did. 10th grade,
Mr.
he said, "You
Hines,
have a lot of
Do
energy.
you
I'm going to
say
call you Benergy." So
Ben? Do you stay in touch with him?
I do. I do.
Do you have his number and have him on Facebook? What if we got him on our show, Ben?
I might be able to try and do that one day. That'd be fun.
What,
Monero.
and what about Doctor? What was his name? The guys you guys mentioned, the other guy you guys mentioned, Doctor
Dr. Bauer.
Doctor Bauer. Should we get them on our show, Raul?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
And
Mr.
Dr.
Hines,
Bowers, he's
what
the
the
superintendent now, so he might come on your show.
Mr. Hines, what do you think about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl last year?
What do you think?
Well, you know what? It was the second time in less than 10 years. It was truly impressive. You know, a very exciting time, and I'm very, very pleased that they were able to do that. And I would just like to see them do it again.
Yes.
Mr. Hines, Charlie doesn't like the tush push.
Doesn't like what?
He doesn't
Tush
like
push.
the tush push.
Oh,
I believe, and I stand with this, that the tush push is aiding the runner. And when I was playing football, aiding the runner was against the rules. You weren't
well,
allowed to assist the runner, and
I,
the thing that they do now, that's more of a rugby play. I mean, in rugby, they've always been out there to assist the runner, push them forward. And football, that was against the rules. I mean,
Fair enough,
within.
Charlie. They didn't used to do the tush push, did they? They used to do the QB sneak.
Yeah, and what the quarterback would do is a lot of the good ones would do is they would get the ball and they would take one step back and they would see which one of the A gaps, which one of the center guard holes had an opening, and they would find that spot and get in there and score a touchdown or get a first down or whatever.
Right. They don't even have a fullback anymore on the Eagles. They haven't had a fullback for the past 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, the game has changed. I mean, it's like what do you call it?
The game's changed, so
Yeah,
I think the tush push is allowed to happen if all this other change is happening.
yeah.
well, the game has evolved just like everything else. It continues to evolve. And the
Right.
tush push, whether you like it or not, it has served the Eagles well.
Yeah, we can agree on that one.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, yeah, but those are just my feelings about it. I mean,
Mhm.
it's yeah,
And
and
everybody's entitled to their feelings on it. Anytime you do something like that, there's going to be a certain group that is totally in favor of it and a certain group that has questions about it. So,
yeah,
yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Hynes, who inspired you to uh, do what you would do what you did? Like, uh, who inspired you?
You know what, Rahul? I can't point to any one person who inspired me. Over the years, I met a number of people that I admired and who were great examples. I'm thinking of some teachers that I had. One in elementary school. I had a couple of them in high school who were just really good with young people. They were good at communicating ideas and getting their ideas across, and they were very fair minded. And so I looked at them and I thought, you know what? They seem very happy with what they're doing, and they make it look easy. And I think I could do that. So, several people inspired me, and even once when I started teaching, I didn't walk into North Penn High School the first day saying I'm going to be principal here someday. I walked in as a teacher, but I saw other good people around me and some good administrators, and I admired specific characteristics in each one. And then I tried to combine the good characteristics from several different people into what the person I became. And so there's not just one.
What
Yeah.
was your favorite moment as a teacher and principal?
My favorite moment as as a principal, I'll start there, was always graduation. Seeing the smiles on over 1,000 students' faces, looking at the audience in the stadium who was cheering and so proud of their children or their grandchildren or their cousins, whoever it was, they were there to see graduate. I would look out and see the faces of the teachers, proud to see that folks who were sitting in their classrooms just a few weeks earlier, a few days earlier, were now graduates and they had achieved the goal that they had set out for. So it was an incredible sense of accomplishment. And it was always, graduation was always in June. It was one of the longest days of the year in terms of sunlight and things. So it was still beautiful outside in the evening, uh, just a little bit cooler. You'd hope there was no rain, and we were fortunate most of the time. But that that was the defining experience every year. And the cool thing was you got to have it every year. It was kind of like Christmas or the first day of school or something. It occurred every year and you could count on it. And yet each one was just a little different than the previous one because the individuals who were graduating were different folks and different individuals with different personalities and different skills. So that was really the highlight of my year. And when I look back at it, the smiling faces of people on graduation night and after graduation, uh, just the joy, it's just an indescribable feeling. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that's and yeah.
Okay.
Um, uh, before we wrap things up, Ben and Mr. Hynes, give a can you give like a motivational quote for the viewers?
Yeah.
Okay. I will let Ben go first if he's willing to.
Absolutely. So I say this at the end of my presentations all the time. having autism is not a bad thing. It doesn't characterize who we are. Everybody is unique and special, just like a rainbow.
Exactly. That's perfect.
Thank you, Ben. That makes me a
Perfect,
lot feel better tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ben, that is so good. I cannot even compete with it, much less think of trying to top it. You clearly thought that through. And I know you said you use it at the end of your presentations, but it isn't it's a really great closure. So congratulations on
Yeah,
that.
autism doesn't
No,
change
no,
where we
it's
are.
public speak. We've been booked every day, Mr. Hynes. We are booked the entire month of April, and we've been booked in March, and it's been wild. It's been a crazy journey. So I'm very excited to see what the future holds for Benji.
Oh, Ben, what about Ben? What's gonna go on in May?
May?
Yeah, do you
Oh,
have any
Eagles
booked in
Autism
May?
Challenge. Yes.
Yeah, I heard it's May 9th, right?
Yes, it's May 9th.
That's the same day as our basketball tournament at Kutztown University
Oh, is it
Special Olympics.
Kutztown?
Yeah, Kutztown University for
Well,
basketball Special
I
Olympics.
actually want to give a huge shout out to Special Olympics as well before I forget. They have been really amazing as well. And they used to do it at North Penn. I don't know if you remember that, but they used to do it at North Penn at Special Olympics. So
Yeah, I remember
that was a great
I
organization as
used
well.
to
Do you have any? Yeah,
right,
so-
Rahul.
Ben, we did Special Olympics at North Penn for many, many years. And I think the only reason they're not able to do it now is because of the renovations that are going on at the high school. But it was always something that the Honor Society used to look forward to because they helped out with it and they did all the programming for it. And all of the district administrators would come over and share in that. It was a very uplifting day, and schools from all around the county would come in and participate. So, North Penn has a long, long history of Special Olympics. And Kathy Kerper, I don't know if you remember
I
Kathy
do remember
Kerper.
her. Yeah, she's amazing.
She was a huge leader in that. Barry Finnemeyer was the advisor for the Honor Society, and Barry just ate and slept Special Olympics for months, planning it, making sure that all of the Honor Society students were there to participate and support the Olympians. And it was a huge event and a great event for North Penn.
Hey, Mr. Hynes, I'm not sure you remember her. Do you remember someone named Mrs. Anderson? She runs a Special Olympics. She used to come Special Olympics at North Penn sometimes. I just saw her this weekend doing our Happy Horseman tournament. At
I'd have a first name, Will. I'm not sure. I probably do, but sometimes since I've been retired for 10 years, I need the little reminders on first names sometimes just to get it. I'm just not remembering a person by the name of Anderson, but I'm sure she was there.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I saw her doing our Quants tournament this weekend at Happy Horsham High School Special Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Hynes, what is your motivational quote for the viewers?
My parting thoughts, I think, to the viewers would be, take a look at the students who are putting on this program. They have found ways to bring meaning into their lives in skills and things that probably started as a hobby for them. And I'm talking about you, Rahul, and I'm talking about Ben, and I'm talking about Will and Basil. You guys have taken an interest and made something out of it. And let you be the example to others to do the best you can, follow your dreams, and do what you can to be successful. Because, I mean, here's Ben. Ben's on this public speaking circuit, going around to schools and companies and talking to people who have a great impact within their organizations. And they're listening to what Ben has to say because it's valuable information for them to have. So do the best you can, but find something that you enjoy
Yes.
and do it, and make not just a hobby of it, make it your lifetime ambition and your lifetime goal. Uh, you may not start out thinking it's achievable, but if you keep plugging away at it and work hard at it, good things come to those who wait and who
Yes.
try. So my message to everyone is hang in there, keep trying,
Mhm.
keep working hard, and don't lose sight of whatever that dream is that you may have.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Hine.
I was
You
gonna
made me a
say,
lot better tonight.
I was gonna say one thing. Visit benergy1.com if you want to learn more information about my public speaking, and then if you're interested in buying my mom's book, Swinging from the Chandelier,
I
it's
already
on
have it. I already have her book.
benergy1.com. And it's literally, I was swinging on the chandelier when I was 3, and my mom said, "Oh boy, if I ever write a book, that's the name of my title." So honestly, kudos to my mom.
It's what kept your mom sane for all those years.
She did.
Ben,
She actually kept a journal, and there's a low weight wheel and a high weight wheel, and she just. Have you read it, Mr. Hynes? You should get it. It's the best book you've ever read.
I will have to get it because I have not seen it.
Mr. Everybody has read it. Monero has it. Andrea Roney's cousin. I saw her at a presentation one time. She goes, "You know Andrea Roney?" I said, "Yeah."
Yes.
So she bought a book at a school. I think it was Northampton School District, and then Mrs. Roney has read it. So a lot of people have read it.
Oh, I have
Mr.
to
Hines, do you know Rob McGee? He used to be principal at Neshaminy School District, Neshaminy High School. Rob McGee.
No, I don't know him. I used to know all the principals in Montgomery County, but Neshaminy is Bucks County, and I just didn't know them as well.
Did you know any of the principals from my high school PV? Did you know them?
You know what? I knew faces. I'm trying to remember who was principal.
Mr. Burke was my principal, and Mrs. Scott was my principal, and Mr. Stippa was my principal. They were free house principals in my generation, but Mrs. Scott and Mr. Stippa retired.
Okay. I'm trying to remember
Mr.
who
Burke
the
still works
building
there, I think.
principal was. It's not coming to me. I can see his face, but I cannot think of his name right now. But I did know the principal of Perk Valley because I think it was at least quarterly and maybe even monthly. The county would have a principals meeting, and all of the principals from the public high schools in Montgomery County would get together. I think it was like quarterly, and so we got to know each other.
How many principals was it? You guys in the meeting together? How many?
How what?
How many principals was it in the meeting, including you? How many?
Probably 20 of us.
Wow, that's a lot, isn't it, Raul?
Yeah.
I mean, you
So
have
the
to
chiefs-
remember that there's North Penn and Perk Valley, that they're right here adjacent, but further away you've got Abington, and out the other way you have Pottstown High School. So all of those are in Montgomery County, and we would all Lower Merion, we'd get together. All of us would get together, and what was cool about it was we would be able to get and talk about what we were doing in our schools, and sometimes you would get ideas from another principal of something that was being done in their school, and you might have to tweak it and change it a bit, but you were able to get some good ideas. So they listened to what I had to say, and I listened to what they had to say in terms of what we called best practices.
Yeah, and it keeps a tight group.
Yes.
Everybody can feed off of one another.
Yeah, because if one of us was having a problem that we weren't quite sure how we wanted to approach it, we could ask the others, how are you doing this? How are you handling it? And they
Right.
would tell you. And sometimes that would give you just the idea you needed to be able to make things work for you. So it was a good experience.
Excellent.
That's all.
I do have one funny story, and I still remember this. My sophomore year, you came in and you're like, "Do not eat any food in the carpets until 2037."
See, I'm so happy to see that you remember the year, Ben. We had new carpet put in the auditorium in 2013, And the previous carpet had been there for 24 years. So I told all of you, we're not bringing any food into the auditorium, and we're saving this carpet because it has to last till 2037. The school board's not going to pay for new carpet. The taxpayers aren't going to pay for new
know
carpet.
that.
We have to make it last. And the other thing I told you, if you remember correctly, was not only does it have to last, but by 2037, you will be the parents of students who are in this high school. And when you come in here, you don't want to be looking at a stained, dirty carpet when you're the parents and you know it's your tax dollars that they want new carpet to pay for.
Oh my!
Very funny.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I said it enough and I reminded everybody enough, Ben. You can still tell me 10 years after I'm gone, 2037 was the magical year. But you know what? I don't think it's going to last that long because they're doing renovations in the high school. And I think around another 3 or 4 years, they'll pull the carpet out and put new carpet in because I think they're going to change all the seats too.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
But it's still worth trying to make things last. When things are provided by the taxpayers, we should do our best to make them last as long as possible.
Again, hey, Mr. Hynes, I have one more question for you.
Sure.
How many students have went to your principal's office that they got in trouble?
Ooh.
Well, I never kept count. There were students who got suspended and they had to come see me and they had to bring their parents. And we would sit down and talk about how things were going to be going forward. And I can tell you this, 99% of them did exactly what they promised to do. We had good kids at North Penn. Sometimes they'd make a mistake, but that's what everybody does. We're human. But
Yeah,
when they
sometimes I
made a
still make
mistake,
mistakes.
when they made a mistake and their parents were there and we were talking and I got to know the parents and the parents got to know me, we could work together. And their students, most of them, they did much better academically and they were fine behaviorally too. So, yes, kids would do ornery things. And sometimes people would say they're dumb things, but that's what you do sometimes when you're a teenager. And even
Yeah.
when you're an adult, adults make
Yeah,
mistakes.
I still make mistakes sometimes, to be honest with you. Plenty of
Well, we all make mistakes. Even at my age, I still make mistakes.
That's for
them.
sure. I
Yeah.
make a mistake all the time.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you do, Baz. Mr. Hynes, not to embarrass you, Raul and Ben, but have Raul and Ben ever went to the principal's office?
No,
Well,
I was a good student.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
like I do have a
Let me
funny
tell you
story
something.
about Dr. Bauer. So if his door is closed in the front, I would go around in the back and say hi to him in the morning.
Yeah, Ben, I hope it wasn't too embarrassing for you.
It wasn't.
No. Ben came to the principal's office. Well, he came to the principal's office, but of his own volition, because he wanted to come down and say hello. Just like he said with Dr. Bauer, he would stop in, he would say hello, he'd wave to you. He was never there because he was in trouble.
Yeah. What
Is
about
that
you,
true,
Raul?
Ben?
I was not in trouble.
What about
Never.
you, Raul?
In elementary
Nah.
school, I was in second or kindergarten. They had this little red emergency. This was when I was in an IU program, and it was right below my level. And I pressed the emergency button, and that's when I got called into the principal's office. Ever since then, I've been a good boy.
Well, I got called in principal's office in middle school and high school
Uh-oh.
times.
No, Ben's telling you the truth. He was a good kid in school.
Yeah, I was too, but sometimes I got in trouble with principal's office in middle school and high school a little bit.
Stuff happens.
And that
Okay.
happens. That happens.
Yeah, you're growing up, you get to be a teenager, you start going through puberty and you have all those hormones rushing through your body. You're capable of doing anything, at that
So-
time.
How true.
I have a question for you, Mr. Hynes. Is my favorite movie of all time? And this is, I got to show you my room if you have a few minutes. It's 1776. It's about the Declaration of Independence. And William Daniels, he was the principal in Boy Meets World. And I love Mr. Daniels. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I heard
I've-
of him.
I have heard of him. Yes.
He's a-
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He's
Yeah,
a-
I know that. I know that actor, Ben.
That's him right there. That's an autograph. He autographed that for me my senior year.
Oh wow.
You met him, Ben?
He did a shout out video for me. My senior year of high school. There I am on The Price is Right. I actually
Royal life.
emailed his agent and I said, "Can you do a shout out?" And he goes, "Oh, we can't do that." And he goes, "Oh, we would love to do that." So he did, and I love Boy Meets World.
Yeah, me too, Ben. I liked that
That's
show
why I
as
was
well.
teasing you in the beginning. Like it's like Boy Meets World, the principal and former student. Get it?
Yeah.
That was Boy Meets World was an awesome show.
I love Boy Meets. His birthday was a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Daniels,
How old did he turn? Like
99.
99. Yeah.
Yeah, 99
Raul.
years old.
Raul,
Yeah.
One
it's
more year
time
ago,
to
like
like
100.
start moving it,
Yeah.
start moving the show through.
Mr. Hynes and Ben, thank you for joining our show. We were inspired by your story, and thank you for inspiring us, Mr. Hynes. Because of you, I'm getting inspired with doing good things and all. And me and my co-host Basil, William, and Charlie, we are growing our podcast, and right now we have like 526 subscribers and
25 to 26. Well, 526.
526 subscribers. We are having lots of guests. Our next guest will be on April 15th. We are having former Eagle player Vince Papali. There was a movie out of him, Invincible. So we are trying to grow our podcast. And thank you for joining our show, Mr. Hynes, and congrats on being on the North Penn induction.
Rahul, thank you for having me, and thank you to all of your friends too for joining in. William and Basil and Charlie. And I'm
Thanks it
especially
was nice to
glad.
meet you.
It was nice meeting all of you and seeing some of you again, Rahul and Ben. And I'm very, very happy that you had Ben on this evening too. It's always great to see him. So thank you for having me. And I'm really glad to see what you're doing here and glad to see that you're having such a good time doing it as well.
And
William,
Mr.
can
Hynes,
you
you guys are number one here.
Come
You guys are number one.
by the Eagle Diner
wait.
tomorrow morning. Hope to see you all there, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And if you can't come, it's okay. We have other events. So I hope to see you guys there tomorrow. And come on by.
William, can you do the closing statement?
Sure thing. Thank you for everyone for listening to another episode of Rockin' and Rahul and the Free Amigos. Please click and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember us to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank
Well,
you.
good night, everybody.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Mr.
night,
Hynes. Thank
everyone.
you,
Thank you,
Ben, for
Mr.
being on the
Hynes. Thank
show.
you, Ben.
Talk to you
My
guys
pleasure.
soon. See you
Thank
guys
all
all
of
next
you.
week.
Good night.
Good
Thank
Have a
night.
you.
good evening. And enjoy the Phillies game tomorrow.
I'm not sure I will, but I'll.